I think it's time to quit. No, not your job, not school, not your business, not your dream. I'm talking about something far more dangerous. I think it's time we quit giving up on ourselves. Hear me out. How many times have you talked yourself out of something before you even started? How many times have you looked at somebody else and immediately assumed they were better than you? How many dreams have you put on hold because you thought you weren't good enough? I know I have. More times than I'd like to admit. Sometimes we become our own biggest obstacle. Not because we are lazy, not because we are incapable, but because we've spent so much time doubting ourselves that it becomes normal. We compare, we overthink, we judge ourselves, we tell ourselves we are not ready yet. And before we know it, months turn into years. Not because we failed, but because we never gave ourselves permission to try. Think about that for a second. How many people never start the business, never upload the video, never apply for the job, never ask the person they like out, never chase the thing they've secretly wanted for years, not because they can't, because they're afraid. Afraid of failing, afraid of looking stupid, afraid of what people might think. And honestly, I think that's the one of the saddest things in life. Not failing, never trying. Because failures teaches you something far more important. Because failure teaches you something. Failure gives you experience. Failure helps you grow. But never trying leaves you wondering forever. What if? What if I started? What if I believed in myself? What if I gave it a chance? What if I was actually capable of more than I thought? Those questions can follow people for years, maybe even a lifetime. And the crazy thing is that most of the limits we have aren't real. They're stories we've told ourselves. Stories like, I'm too late, I'm not smart enough, I'm not talented enough, I'm not good enough. And after hearing those stories long enough, we start believing them. We stop seeing possibilities, we stop seeing opportunities, we stop seeing ourselves. We become invisible to ourselves, and that's exactly why I think it's time to quit. Let's quit talking to ourselves like enemies. Let's quit acting like our mistakes define us. Let's quit pretending we're failures just because we're not where we want to be yet. Let's quit comparing our lives to people on the internet, because comparison is a game you'll never win. There will always be somebody richer, smarter, more attractive, more successful, more experienced. There will always be somebody ahead. But there will also always be somebody looking at your life wishing they had what you have. And we forget that. We spend so much time looking up that we never appreciate how far we've already come. Maybe you're not where you want to be, neither am I, but look at where you started. Look at everything you have survived. Look at the things you thought that would break you, but they didn't. You're still here. You're still trying. That counts for something. Actually, no, it counts for a lot. I don't want this community to be about trends. I don't want it to be a pretending we're actually perfect. I don't want it to be about fake motivation that disappears tomorrow morning. I want this to be about real people, real conversations, real dreams, because genuinely I believe there are people out there with incredible potential who have simply forgotten how much they're capable of. Maybe nobody ever believed in them. Maybe they failed before. Maybe life hit them harder than expected. Maybe they're just tired. But tired doesn't mean finished. Lost doesn't mean broken. And being behind doesn't mean it's over. I think a lot of people need to hear that, including myself sometimes, because trust me, I doubt myself too. I question myself too. I compare myself too. I'm not sitting here pretending I have mastered life. I'm still figuring things out just like you. But one thing I've learned is that nothing changes when you keep waiting. The perfect time doesn't arrive. Confidence doesn't magically appear. Nobody comes and gives you permission. At some point you have to decide. You have to take the first step before you're ready. You have to believe in yourself before you have proof. You have to try before you know you'll succeed. And yes, that's scary. But staying in the same place because you're scared is scary too. So if you're watching this right now, I want you to do something. Think about the thing you've been putting off. That goal, that dream, that project, that change you've wanted to make. Now ask yourself honestly, what's stopping me? Is it actually impossible? Or have I just convinced myself it is? Because those are two very different questions. And if it's fear, if it's doubt, if it's comparison, then maybe it's time to quit. Quit doubting yourself, quit shrinking yourself, quit acting like your dreams are less important than everyone else's. Quit giving up before you've even begun. I'm not asking you to change your entire life today, I'm asking you to start. One step, one decision, 1% better. That's it. Just 1%. And if you feel comfortable, tell me in the comments, what's your dream? Not the dream people expect from you, your dream. Because maybe if enough of us stop doubting ourselves, we can build something special here. You build your dream, I'll build mine, and we'll keep moving forward together. Hear me out. It's difficult, but it's not impossible.